HMG weekly wrap-up. Bringing you the latest headlines in the news, what you missed on the podcast, upcoming events, community updates, and stories spotlighting our community heroes. This is where the week gets wrapped up, HMG style. And now, here's your host, Mr. Adam Bird.
Knew that was going to do that. It's one of those mornings. Happy Friday, everybody. We're going to try this again. Hopefully everybody can hear me this time. It looks like we're good. All right. It is what it is. Had a little technical difficulty a few minutes ago, so had to reset everything, which was odd because if you were on, like T-Dog, I know you were on the YouTubes there. It was not funny, but funny. We're going to share this out real quick. Just give me a minute, everybody. Let me know how your week's been going. Jump on, say hello. It's been, obviously, it's just one of those days. But I'm glad that it's Friday. Lots to talk about today. We're just going to share this out again. Hopefully, y'all can hear me. If you see this, jump on, say hello. Let me know where you're at. All right. Looks like we're up on everybody's stuff. All right, good stuff. Yeah, it's it's nice to be back in the home office, and at the same time, it's like I'm doing this for the first time, but that's okay. So I'm gonna just take another minute, wait for you guys to jump on, get a few of you on here. Everything else is good. All right, we're looking good. Appreciate you. Yeah, I restarted it. What a week. Crazy week. Good week. Busy week. Last week we were in LA. I'll talk a little bit about that here in a few. T-Dog, thank you. Yeah, I don't know. As soon as I stopped the last feed, the mic was live. So I don't know. Appreciate you, T-Dog. Thank you. Let's dive into it. I want to start off reminding everybody that June is Men's Health Month and PTSD Awareness Month. So check on your brothers, pick up the phone. Really no reason needed. Just check on your battle buddies. What else do we got? We're going to recap from the National Social Media Awards last week. We'll get into that. We were a proud sponsor there. We got 3 new shows I'm going to talk about. So yeah, it's going to be busy day today. And we're looking forward to it. So like I said, June is Men's Health and National PTSD Awareness Month. David, good morning. Happy birthday to David Gordon. You left a comment right there. Bombard that man with birthday wishes. It was his birthday yesterday. He is I think he's 50, right, David? Happy birthday, brother. And T-Dog, yes. Actually check on your battle buddies. Don't just give it a generic message. Good point, Trevor. Thank you. Or T-Dog, excuse me. LA. Yeah. Yep. Land of the free, home of the weird. What was I saying? Oh, Men's Health, National PTSD Awareness. it's ironic. These two don't overlap by coincidence. They go hand in hand, especially for our veterans and our first responders, law enforcement families. So we're going to talk a little bit about why that matters. We've got a big recap, like I said last week. Also, today is Women Veterans Day. So big salute to all the women veterans out there. Thank you, ladies, sisters. We appreciate you. So let's dive into this. What else can you say about National PTSD Awareness Month and Men's Health Month? Can't. I've already said it. Check on your battles. You're too nice. 58. Young man. I love it. David, I love you, brother. Miss you. Thank you. I hope you had a wonderful birthday, my friend. Outstanding. Let's dive in. I know because you guys want to know about what happened last week in LA. It's LA, first off. Went out early, took Mrs. HMG out there. She'd never been out there. And first off, I got to give my wife a big shout out because she kind of handled the travel arrangements, setting up the hotel and stuff like that. We stayed right off of Hollywood Boulevard, where the stars, the Chinaman Theater. I know it's not what it's called. Forgive me. But we were right there. But everything was, holy God, like gas. The regular gas was like $5.75 or some shit like that. It was just astronomical. Walking around wasn't too bad. The Blue Line voice, blood, sand, and smoke. What's up, brother? How are you? New show to the network. Leaving a comment. I'm going to be talking about you here in a little bit. Appreciate you jumping on. But LA was, it's a different beast out there in Cali. Weather was, beautiful, but it's like there's just so many people. And there's just so much. We went, we had to do a touristy thing because, like I said, wife never been out there. So we went out to the Santa Monica Pier. Beautiful. Out there, walked around. And it was funny because, like, the last time I was out there was like 2008. Actually, the last time I was really out like near the pier and stuff was like early 2000, like 2001, 2000. And it was, I remember then you could walk down to Venice Beach. It wasn't nothing. Like now it's crazy. So I went to the pier, did which is the end of Route 66, some history there. That was cool. And then we walked down to Venice Beach, was like 2.5 miles. And then took an Uber back to the hotel. It was like 15 miles from where we were staying to Santa Monica, and it took almost 2.5 hours. It was like 2 hours in an Uber to drive 15 miles. Forget the fact that it was like $120 for the Uber just to go one way. That pissed me off. That anyway. But the reason why we were out in LA last week was the National Social Media Awards. And I didn't have any expectations, didn't know what to think. I want to give a shout out to Thomas Long, Army veteran. He's been on the show before. Met Tom last year in Philadelphia for the Army's 250th birthday. He invited us out, was nice enough to invite us out. Made HMG a sponsor, one of the sponsors of the night. And if you go to the nsma.usa on Instagram, you will, like, all of their posts that they're posting right now from the event, you see the Heroes Media Group logo on all the step and repeat banners and stuff like that. It was crazy. There had to have been about 800 people there, a lot of people. And I got to give some special shout outs because J-Mac from the J-Mac podcast, him and his lovely wife came out from Arizona, drove out, and J-Mac did some interviews on the red carpet and killed it. And I have yet to even start the process of getting that footage uploaded, and I got to get back to him. It's been a crazy week, but J-Mac, you see this, man. Appreciate you coming out. It was an honor to meet your lovely wife. Hope you guys got back safely. Thank you for being out there. Ashley Booker from She Bird the Vibe. Ashley sang the national anthem and a cappella style and nailed it. And she was in uniform and she nailed it, folks. I'm telling you, it was awesome. Adam Peters from the Strategic Veteran won an award. In fact, this is what the award looks like. He wasn't. Adam was not available. He's out of country right now, but they asked me to come up and accept the award on his behalf. So these are pretty cool. Pretty cool awards. So he won an award. Just a ton of people. It was a good time. It was like they had like a small concerts. There was people out there, and with these acts coming up and singing, and then there was like a beauty pageant type show, and all of these different things. But here's why this night was important. It was the first time ever where veterans were recognized in every single category at the NSMAs. Every single category. And that's a big milestone because there's like 23, 24 categories, I think. And history was made. And we were there. HMG was there. I was honored to be a part of it. It was awesome to be one of the sponsors with so many people. I got to meet a ton of influencers, a ton of people there, and we had such a big impact there. We've had our friends from Military Creator Con came out. They sat at our table. Seth Ryan from Old Ranger, new dad, new podcast on HMG. His wife came out and won an award. That was awesome to see, and I'll post her stuff. You can follow her on social. She's got a large following. Who else? Met the guy. It was just a lot of veterans. It was a really cool. It was just a cool event, good event, and there was a lot of things that I learned about that night about transparency and organizations. Met a lot of cool people, so it was a great event. But when it came time to leave, I was glad. I was glad to get out of there. California is not, it's nice to visit, but 4 days was too long. I think 2 is good. It's just, it's so big and the traffic there is crazy, and being kind of a country boy and like being out in the woods and out in the country and stuff. It just, it can be a bit much, but the food was great. It was expensive, but we had all in all, had a good time. Happy that we did it. Happier that we're done with it. So, so yeah, big shout out again. Adam Peters winning the award. J-Mac showing up, representing. Ashley, proud of you, sis. You did a fantastic job. Thank you, Mara and James from Military Creator Con for showing up, hanging out. And then I got to give a special shout out to my wife, Mrs. Bird, because she red carpet events aren't her thing, and she took it like a champ. Everybody loved her. Oh, also got to give a shout out to our gal Riley. She's got a new show that's coming on an HMG platform in July. That's all I'm going to say about that. So we've got more stuff coming there, but Riley absolutely nailed it as well. So moving on. What do we got next? Biggest stories this week. Today is what, June 12th? Today is the 12th. Marks the anniversary of women being officially recognized in the armed forces. Communities, VAs, and local organizations have been hosting events, wreath laying, and resource fairs. So if you out there know a female veteran, reach out today. I want you to say 2 words. Thank you. To all my sisters in the military out there, thank you. David, I hear you. David makes it. I can't go full strength. Yeah. It's and here's the thing. Walking around, I'll go back here real quick. I want to comment on this. Walking around California, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, at least where we were at. Of course, we were at the Santa Monica Pier. Venice Beach was a different thing. Like, you walk down and you got a contact high. Like, I'm pretty sure I was stoned, and I don't smoke, but you walked around Venice Beach and it was just like you walked into a Cheech and Chong movie. It was, holy cow. And they had the basketball courts and the skate park there. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure everybody was high just walking around there. It was crazy. But yes, David, I agree with you. What else we got? Some other stories, good stories. Again, Women's Veterans Day today. Women, thank you. Appreciate you. Huntsville double cave rescue. This happened Monday, June 8th. A severe weather down in Huntsville, Alabama area. People were trapped deep inside a flooded cave system. Local first responders and rescue squads launched a technical double cave rescue in pitch black flooded conditions. And they got everybody out. I love it. No fanfare, no ask for recognition, but we're giving them the recognition that they so rightfully deserve. Just training, grit, showing up. That's what it's all about. Community heroes down there in Huntsville. Thank you for what you do. Appreciate you. What else do we got? It's gonna sound okay. This next one is gonna sound conspiracy, but it's not. Rich LaMonica, what's up, brother? Appreciate you. This next one, how many of you have seen like the military fly program in Texas? Social media has gone wild with this one, and like military bugs being released in Texas, and they're spies, and they're this and that. So the actual story that I've found, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but this is, I've talked to two sources on this one, and there seems to be a lot of validity to this. Hope I said that word right. That's a big word for me. But here's the actual story on this. The Army Corps of Engineers and the USDA built a sterile fly production facility in South Texas to fight the New World screwworm. I can't make it up. That's what it's called. It's a parasite moving up from Mexico that threatens livestock. They're fighting bugs with bugs. It's an agricultural biosecurity operation. It's not a conspiracy. Sounds like it though, doesn't it? I think it sounds like it, but it's real and it's smart, right? Well, they say it's smart. I say, what's the catch? Is there a catch? But what they're doing is they make these bugs, and these bugs that the Army Corps of Engineers and the USDA are building, the sterile fly. The plan is to release them so they mate with the screwworm, and the screwworm can't produce anymore, and it just kills them off. I know, sounds like conspiracy. I didn't think it was real, but according to two other sources, it's real. Look it up. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but that's kind of what I just found that to be interesting, because what else could possibly happen there? What else do we got? This morning looks like there's Iran. I haven't covered world news here in over a month, so I felt like doing some stuff today. 60-day negotiation window. Absolute whiplash this week after escalations and the military strikes that were supposed to happen. President Donald Trump, as of this morning, calling off further strikes and announcing a diplomatic breakthrough in a 60-day negotiation window for a new nuclear deal with Tehran. One day it's the brink of war, and now it's on hold. So we'll see what happens. Isaiah 6:8, Ron, Helen, love you guys. Yes. Thank you for jumping on. God does have a plan. What do we have here, David? Fly there, hawk. Oh, didn't know that. All right, cool, David. Thank you. There's another one I want to bring up too. Tina, good morning, sis. How are you? This one's going to sound kind of like a conspiracy as well, but this has been back in the news headlines, and I didn't really take notes on this one, but this is one I did take notes, but I didn't put them in the show notes today. But I do remember it. It's back in May there was a thing going through Congress about what is it? I lost my train. China and organ harvesting. Now you hear that and people are like, that doesn't really happen. It's not real. Who the hell would do that? I said China first, so let's be honest. Probably does happen. It does. But you're seeing it in the news. There was a gentleman, and I forget his name, that escaped from that said program in China and is now talking about it. The reason why I bring this up is I'm planning. This is something that we're going to start talking about. And I'm doing some more research on this, but I'm planting the seed now. Organ harvesting is a real thing. That's all I'm going to say about it today. Probably dive more into it here in a couple of weeks. I'm getting some more stories on it and whatnot, but it's been in the news. You can look it up. They were talking about it in May, and I think earlier this week it kind of rolled through the news headlines again with some updates and stuff. But start doing some research on that because we're going to discuss that here in a couple of weeks, and we're going to get in more detail about it. What do we got next? New York codifying mother and father. This one's pulled from American Faith. A New York politician is pushing legislation to legally protect the terms mother and father in local government documents, the direct pushback against the push for gender-neutral legal language. Is this still a thing? Are we still talking about you shouldn't say mother or father? It needs to be gender neutral. Are we still there? I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I don't know why that. I don't know. I must have skipped that one. Yeah, David. I think here in a couple weeks after Father's Day, I think we're going to get back into some more topics that we used to cover. I'm trying to keep it positive, and we're doing more positive stuff. Finding more positive stuff, but we're gonna. I tell you, July is the end of June, and all of July is getting full of stuff that we really need to talk about, like that. And what this administration's doing. I've purposely stayed away from headlines last month, obviously being Heroes Month. But it looks like we're going to have to kind of get back into the swing of things of what's going on. At the same time, we're going to continue to bring some of this positivity. So the gender BS ain't going away. I know. I don't know. I had a mishap. I haven't had a full cup of coffee this morning, David. Forgive me. I figured long gone are the days where I can't say that. Yeah. Two genders, right? Depending on who you ask, I guess, nowadays. I grew up with male and female. Yeah. Moving on. I got some exciting news. Yeah, too much money in it. Yeah, that's exactly right. I would like to see who's funding this stuff or who's getting money from it. That'd be a good one. I'd love to do that. Maybe we will do that. Ooh, call some people out. Feeling froggy. All right, guys, it's Friday. And we got some big news here at the HMG family. Big news. Last week, a week before, I said we got a new show called Old Ranger, New Dad with Seth Ryan. Happy to have him on board. We talked about him. Also, this week, now live. Wasn't going to go live until July 1st, but we went live. We couldn't wait. I want to introduce you to the Blue Line Voice, Blood, Sand, and Smoke. It's hosted by Josh Waddell. Josh was in here a bit earlier, left a comment. And Josh spent 15 years in law enforcement, served in the Air Force, including a combat deployment to Iraq, and served 12 years as a volunteer firefighter. He's also a burn pit survivor. And he built this show as a witness platform. Every Wednesday and Thursday, Josh sits down with law enforcement, fire, EMS, military, and or toxic exposure survivors and lets them tell the story they actually lived. It's not a press release version or anything like that. These are real stories. It's a powerful show. He just started this recently, and it's got a ton of followers already, and I'm hoping that you guys will take a look at it and check it out. We welcome this show. It fits the HMG family. And we're honored to have him. So, Josh, if you're out there, you watch this, thank you. Blue Line Voice, welcome to the HMG family. This is exciting, folks. We got another show this week. The show page isn't live quite yet, but I want to give them a shout. From the Ashes Radio. It's actually From the Ashes Radio, hosted by our friends Rob and One Shot, two Army veterans, built a live radio broadcast to connect veterans and real resources, real talk, real solutions. I've known these cats for several years now, and they've got a network of shows over there. Rob and I have been talking for years. We've been friends for years, and it was nice to hear from him. He calls me up and says, "Hey, we want to join the network." These guys are no fluff. I mean, they tell it how it is. I love every bit of it. So stay tuned for this. We got more stuff coming from the Ashes. So From the Ashes Radio. So stand by on that. But guys, welcome to the HMG family. We're honored to have you. So it's been a busy week. We've got another show that's starting in July that's going to be launching for the America's 250th. Young officer, Army type. She is good people. Got to spend the weekend with her. Wife and I got to spend some time with her last week out in LA. I mentioned her name, Riley, so she's got some stuff coming. And then we've got another show that's going to be starting this fall that we just onboarded yesterday. So we're growing. We are growing, and we are excited about it. So and you can check out all the shows at heroesmediagroup.com. Don't forget to check them out, show them some love, follow their social platforms. Please leave a comment. Shout out to Project Golf. They have a program called PGA Hope. Learn more about it. Go to projectgolf.com. They teach veterans and first responders how to play golf. I like it. Jeremiah Hardy. JJ, what's up, brother? It's good to see you too, man. Appreciate you jumping on. Go check out Jeremiah. He's on LinkedIn a lot. If you're on LinkedIn, go connect with Jeremiah Hardy. Good dude. All right, what else do we got? Let's dive into the shows this week. It's been a while since I talked about the shows. Let's dive into it. The Blue Line Voice, Blood, Sand, and Smoke. I'm just talking about Josh. New show, and he's he just had an episode release 4 hours ago. Sits down with retired law enforcement officer, investigator, academy director, author, paranormal researcher, Mr. Larry Lawson. This was a cool episode. So they talk about stories from haunted locations, unexplained voices, old buildings, possible child spirits, near-death experiences, first responders who have seen things that they've never talked about, and why skeptics and believers both need to keep an open mind. Whoa. The conversation is for law enforcement, first responder, veterans, history lovers, paranormal investigators, skeptics, believers. This is a cool episode. I started listening to it as I was getting ready for the show this morning. Wow. And you're thinking, why are we talking paranormal with the blue line voice? I'm just giving you the 30,000 foot. This is much deeper in how it ties into law enforcement and things that they see on some of the scenes that they go to. Crazy. And if you're into that paranormal stuff, this is definitely one you want to check out. It's called The Blue Line Voice, Blood, Sand, and Smoke. Keeping with our Blue Line family, next up we got Behind the Thin Blue Line. This week, it's part 2. Stay on point with SWAT, Iraq, PTSD, and the loss of a son with special guest, Mr. Daryl Smith. This is part 2 of the conversation with Fayetteville Police Department Tactical Commander, retired Tactical Commander, Daryl Smith. They get into the nuances and the ins and outs of what it's like to be in law enforcement, firsthand accounts of officer-involved shootings, life-saving role training under stress, split-second decisions that are made while on the job. And then, a lot of times we forget that officers and stuff, they have PTSD and mental health stuff and what comes with that job. And so they talk about all of this. This is a pretty powerful one. You can watch this on YouTube, Behind the Thin Blue Line, or you can go to Heroes Media Group, take a listen to the full episode there. What do we have here? T-Dog. Why isn't Adam talking about paranormal? Would you guys like for me to talk about paranormal stuff on a show? Let me hear your comments. What do we got over here on the Instagrams? Brent from Canada, eh? Good morning to you. Appreciate you jumping on. Everybody. Next up, we got Uncommon Sense. This is a great show. Wayland and Cheap Hot Dogs. That's all they put in the descriptions. I don't know. Go check them out. These two guys are funny. Ray is a Army veteran. Actually sold me my truck. Good dude. Uncommon Sense. Find them on YouTube. It's funny. T-Dog, only if you break out the foil hat. Wait. Oh, shots fired. Shots fired, everybody. We have a non-believer in the comments. Next up, we got the decision hour. This week, I sit down with Mr. Matt Cahill. Matt is an Army veteran, combat medic, and he's the founder, pay attention, the founder of Green Star Families of America. Now, you've heard of Gold Star, Blue Star. This is the Green Star Families of America. What is it? It's to confront an issue that doesn't get nearly enough attention. It's the families left behind after a veteran dies by suicide. Matt's path wasn't easy. After serving as a combat medic, facing his own mental health battles, he channeled his pain into purpose, launching this movement. And they're doing a service banner of the Green Star, and it's called Green Star Families of America, or go to greenstarfamilies.org. You could check it out. Several states have already implemented this. There's a Pennsylvania one. California was the first one, which surprised me. But good for them. Pennsylvania just brought it in and recognized it. And I think it's moving into Congress. We talk about it in the show, but that's this week's decision hour. Highly recommend you guys check that one out. What does JJ say? Paranormal stuff is interesting. It is very interesting. And I live out near Gettysburg, so it's yeah. Next up, we got Double S Podcast. This week, the first half of the show, they're going over what happened last weekend at Navajo Lake with the New Mexico Bass Nation kayak family. And then the second half, they talk about the CKB Bass joins on the show to talk about the Nortron event coming up, I guess, this weekend for the professional bass kayak series. Check it out. Double S podcast with Mr. Gene Campbell. Next up, we got Misfit Nation podcast. Rich LaMonica was on here a little bit ago. Rich did a couple shows this week, and he's also got, but the one I'm talking about today is the Tuesday Crew. Sits down with, Andrew shares his journey. The journey of transformed him from police officer and detective into an entrepreneur, innovator, and CEO. He built a life centered around service discipline and hard work. After entering law enforcement, he quickly learned the realities of protecting communities, making split-second decisions, and navigating the pressures from modern policing. You would think that this was this is a very blue line heavy week this week with the shows. It wasn't necessarily planned that way. It just kind of fell in that way. It's interesting. I like it. Everything changed after a violent confrontation with a suspect under the influence of PCP that left Andrew severely injured. Now facing a long recovery, he talks about the difficult questions about what came next. And he chose not to focus on what he had lost. This is a very inspirational episode of the Misfit Nation podcast. Check it out. Next up, we got the Homefront Sit Rep podcast with host David Willis and Gunny Samuel Deeds. Let me take a break there real quick. You guys have seen the HMG coin. Some people got this. Several of the shows got this. I sent this out to several shows on the network, and we got our coins in. And Gunny, Mr. Samuel Deeds from the Homefront Sit Rep podcast, surprisingly, and had sent me something pretty cool. He sent me, Gunny's retired out of the Marine Corps, and I'm not going to get into detail on it all because I'd have to pull it up. I don't have it on me, but Gunny sent me his coin. And I thought that was really cool. I got the Homefront Sit Rep one David sent me. I've shown you guys that one before, but I came home from LA. This was in the mail, and I just thought it was a really cool gesture. So, Gunny, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. That was pretty awesome. This week, these two, they're old school, right? Two Marines sitting down, eating their crayons. Okay. Sorry. They're talking current issues affecting the military community, stories behind everything that's going on. But they also talk about some new Homefront Sit Rep merchandise that they have. So if you go to Homefront Sit Rep, click on their social media platforms. You can go out. You can actually order like shirts and some of the merchandise and stuff that they have online right now. It's really neat. I like it. I'm going to be ordering some stuff myself. So go check them out. Homefront Sit Rep podcast. They do a fantastic job over there. Next up, we got the Arms Room Show, the OGs of HMG. Sad news. Sad that they're taking a break. And you know what? Sometimes you just have to. This show's been going on since about 2014, and they're taking a break, and well-deserved. So they're taking a break right now, but they're going to be back July 6th for their regularly scheduled program. So they're out and about, the Arms Room Show. Enjoy your break, guys. Appreciate you. What do we got next? Vet SOS podcast. They got their shows up this week. Operation Startup, The Scoop, Grab a Lifeline. Those are ones that are the newest ones this week. Go check them out. They do several episodes each week. Vet SOS, and you can find them on their YouTube channel as well. Just got a couple more. Boots, Stars, and Guitars Network. Tracy does like 4 or 5 episodes. I think she does a show every night. But this one that we're going to talk about is The Beat and Business. And they're talking what's really happening in today's music industry. how artists can build meaningful connections and opportunities available to independent musicians, and why relationships remain one of the most valuable assets in the business. It's pretty cool episode. And this is one where you get to learn a lot about what's really going on in and around the music industry. So it's something else. It's called Boots, Stars, and Guitars. Check it out. Next up, we got Label Free Podcast. Real quick, Mark Mackey is on the episode this week, shares his mindset shift, creative growth, meaningful connections, and fueled his momentum. He opens up about the importance of songwriting. He's a singer-songwriter, and he's getting ready to go on tour for 2026. You can check that out, Label Free Podcast. Next up, we got your 6 at 6 with the People's Patriot Project every Sunday night, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. This week, Jared Beechin and Daniel Herzog of Beautifully Broken, a powerful documentary project focused on resilience, healing, and the stories that connect veterans, first responders, and their families. Really cool stuff. I like this one. Keep your eye on this one. It's a documentary called Beautifully Broken, and you can listen and watch that on the People's Patriot Project. So check that out. Last but not least, we got Rise Up, Voices from the Front Line from Dr. Krista Fee. This week, she's talking about the dark side of language leaders often exploit to manipulate, control, or divide, all in the name of fear, power, and corruption. Pretty interesting stuff. Rise Up, Voices from the Front Line. Sponsors, community partners. We got a new one, Stas Fab. You can find them on IG under Prospect Hill Flag Company. My boy Stas does metalwork. Sick stuff. Absolutely love it. Check it out. Stas Fab or Prospect Hill Flag Company or CO on Instagram. My tax fella. Appreciate Anthony Moriello and his staff over there. I've put a lot of people in touch with them, and they've all given me praises. Thank you for putting me in touch with them. Get your taxes done right, or bookkeeping. You need this stuff. He's my money guy. I've been using him for over a decade, and honored to call him a friend. Forget genetics. Veteran-owned, family-run. You want deer and the animals in your woods or in your backyards, go check out their products. They're effing amazing. They're the best on the market. Jim Neary's Live Bait and Tackle. Jim, I owe you and Gina a visit. I got to get down there to fish. I appreciate you guys. Green Valley Hunters Paradise. You guys have seen me talk about them a lot this year, and we were just down there for their tri-state motocross event last month. We're going to be back down there in August for their next one. Great organization, even better people. Green Valley Hunters Paradise. Check them out on Facebook and Instagram. And of course, we got HMG Beverage, our sister company. Coffee right now. Use promo code HMG10. It'll give you 10% off. And if you orders over $50, you get free shipping. So that's it. That's all I got today, guys. Next week, we will be on the road yet again. Shocker, I know. But next week is Father's Day weekend, right? Some of you could probably guess why I'm going to be on the road next weekend. Next weekend is Father's Day weekend, and we're going to be, the plan is to be down in Durham, North Carolina next Friday to do the show live down there. And what do we have here? Hold on a second. Nice. JW Jackson Music on Instagram, Vietnam vet. He's got some songs. Go check him out over there on the gram. Appreciate you, sir. Next week, live from Durham, North Carolina. If you are in the Durham, Raleigh area, or if you know anybody down there and you want me to connect with, let me know. Leave me a comment, shoot me a text, DM me, what have you. In the meantime, this weekend, you guys already know what's going to happen. Don't get the 45-degree syndrome. The weather's been nice everywhere, I think. So get outside. If the weather's nice, get outside. Get off the phone. Get away from the computer. Get outside. Enjoy the weekend. Protect your mind. And make sure you check on your battle buddies. Just give them a call. Give your friends a call this weekend. Let them know that you care. All right. We'll see you guys next week. Have a great weekend, everybody. God bless you. God bless America. We'll see you guys next week. Take care.